Welcome. We're going to have a little tutorial on how to use the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum website, especially the encyclopedia. If you start from the home page, you can search for Google and the Google toolbar in your Bing toolbar if you're using Bing, or if you're just at Google, you can do it that way. But if you search for USHMM, that stands for the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, the first link that will come up will be the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. The real museum is located in Washington, D.C., but their website has an amazing amount of information that can be useful to anyone interested in studying the Holocaust. The most important thing that we pay attention to, you do see that there are links, or excuse me, buttons up here on the top that you can scroll through if you're interested in learning about any of those sorts of things, if that piques your interest. But the most important thing is this search box here. Maybe you're interested in learning about Anne Frank. We type Anne Frank in, hit enter, and then we've got website search results just for the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. Maybe we go to choose the first link, and we are at the Holocaust Encyclopedia, which is going to be the most valuable resource on the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum website. There's a few things that we need to know about using this encyclopedia. We've got all this heading information up here. If we want to go back to the USHMM, we can click there, and it takes us to the home page. But if we're at the encyclopedia, we can click on the encyclopedia, and it brings us to the Holocaust Encyclopedia. And we can learn all kinds of different things about the Holocaust here. Okay? Tons of information. You can look up articles, you can look up ID cards if you have a specific individual who you want to learn about. Let's go back to Anne Frank, and we are here. Now, almost every entry in the encyclopedia will begin with a picture as well as a caption, and if there are more pictures available, we will see more photographs. Anytime you scroll over something and it changes color or it is underlined, say we've got this Jewish children is bold-faced, it becomes underlined. Normally in a textbook, we would see bold-faced words defined either in a glossary or later on in the chapter. Well, on the website, when we see a bold-faced word, especially a light blue bold-faced word on the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum website, and it then is underlined, then it means it's a link. We're going to first click on the see more photographs because that's important. We can click on that, and we see on the left-hand side we've got a bunch of photographs that are available to us to view of Anne Frank's life. We see the first picture at age 12 at her school desk. We can click here and see Anne Frank at 5 years of age at Bad Machen, Germany, on September 11th, 1934. Pretty neat that we can see pictures. Let's hit the back button. Remember, pictures and photographs tell as much of the story as words, but research always involves reading. So we've got the main entry in our encyclopedia. If we look at it and we begin reading and we stumble across something that we find interesting, there may be a link to it. Maybe we want to learn about Jewish children. So we can click on that, and it takes us to a Children During the Holocaust entry. Again, we see a picture. Again, we see a caption, and then we can click on more photographs. Now, there are more links in here. I'm going to show you because each one kind of has the same structure. If we look down at the very bottom, there are related links. Any related links in the encyclopedia or on the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum website that might be interesting to those who are researching children in the Holocaust. You can find that information here, or related articles. Anything that might be referenced in this entry of the encyclopedia, we could find other articles on this. So what about the kinder transport? Let's click on the kinder transport and we see another picture, another caption, another more photographs. Now, if we scroll down, occasionally we will see these little page breaks in here where there's information. This provides a personal story, describes working for the kinder transport program. If we click on personal stories, it's going to open up a real player video where an individual will describe, Norbert Wollheim will describe working for the kinder transport program, arranging for Jewish children to leave Germany. So very, very interesting stuff, all based on the link. If we go back to the children's one, we've got artifacts. Okay, we can click on an artifact and we can look at an artifact. Zofia Borowski donated this doll, which dates from the 1930s, and we can read a caption about this artifact from the Krakow ghetto. Again, we see personal stories, and we can hear a personal story there. At the bottom of this entry in the encyclopedia is historical film footage, which you can click on and then view. Almost all the entries have that same structure. They are going to have the title. They're going to be able to view related articles, which is going to take you to the bottom of the page, related links, again to the bottom of the page, how to cite this article if you want to cite it in a paper or in a presentation, the picture, more photographs, the links embedded within each entry. Maybe you want to learn about ghettos. You click there. The links are embedded within the entries. There are maps that are available. There are artifacts that you can look at. There are personal stories that you can hear about. All of this allows you a certain degree of exploration on the website. It may start with something like Anne Frank, and it may lead you to many, many different articles away from Anne Frank, but based on her experiences. And you can learn about the Holocaust through that exploration of the links and the maps and the pictures and the stories and the artifacts. So please feel free to wander around the website and learn about the Holocaust through using this wonderful resource, the Holocaust Encyclopedia, on the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum website.